Gender equality should be, has to be close to our hearts. It concerns all of us. Gender equality is also one of the core values of the European Union. So it is no surprise that the EU has a gender equality strategy. And in its latest version of this strategy, it presents policy, objectives, and actions needed to make significant progress towards a gender-equal Europe until 2025. And based on this gender equality strategy, the EU has developed a gender action plan, which is now in its third generation. This new EU Gender Action Plan 3, as it's called, is a joint communication of the European Commission and the High Representative. It is a main cornerstone of our gender mainstreaming efforts. Clear targets are set, such as the commitment of 85% of all new actions targeting gender equality by 2025. Looking at the results of the successive gender action plans, I think we can say that there have been achievements over the past few years. This was helped by funding from the Instrument for Pre-Accession, IPA short, which has been used to advance the rights of women in Montenegro and the region. The EU supported actions and initiatives promote women's leadership, political participation, and more particularly, combat sexual and gender-based violence and protect the rights of the victims. Still, the situation for girls and women in Montenegro remains difficult and challenging in terms of access to their rights, such as employment, health, leadership, and representation in the society. And, unfortunately, girls and women remain the targets and victims of the most prevalent case of violation of human rights in the country, and that is gender-based violence. We observe that there is also a lack of awareness and commitment among Montenegrin public institutions and administrations, with poor gender mainstreaming, discrepancies in the application of laws, and weak coordination with other national strategies and local actors. Preliminary research showed that only less than 27% of public policies include gender equality, while others completely lack this aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, the commitment to incorporate gender perspective in policies promoting gender equality has been identified as mandatory in democratic societies. And even beyond that, as Daniela Gasparikova just said when she referred to the Beijing conference. So the EU delegation in Montenegro will make all efforts to demonstrate accountability and leadership, and will continue supporting Montenegro in applying this principle in the EU integration process. With this in mind, the EU is regularly assessing developments in the area of gender equality in Montenegro and reviews ways to support country and main counterparts in delivering for gender equality. In that sense, the focus on legal framework, political participation, gender-based violence, economic empowerment remains the priority. Public administration activities have a significant impact on daily life. They determine the way political and economic decisions made by governments are implemented and how budgets are spent. For this reason, the equal participation of women and men, especially at decision-making levels, is a necessary precondition for inclusive and gender-responsive public administration systems. So it's very encouraging to hear what the minister just said, that in her ministry, women are at the center of power. But, of course, gender equality has not always been a guiding principle of public administration reforms. Closing gender gaps in public administration remains crucial for inclusive development and democratic governance. Creating or restoring confidence in public institutions and enhancing the sustainability and responsiveness of public policies, conditions that are now fundamental to the achievement of the Global Agenda 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, the EU is also monitoring closely the process of public administration reform in Montenegro. Although it was stated in the last progress report that some progress in this area has been made, there is room for improvement, especially when it comes to gender mainstreaming capacities. Strengthening policy framework and development of human capacities for integration of gender equality principles in the work of the Parliament and public administration contribute to the citizens' well-being, economic development and growth, as well as the country's capacities for the EU accession process. So it is for this well-being of the citizen as the ultimate goal which makes the EU supporting gender mainstreaming knowledge development for both the Parliament and public administration. The EU delegation and UNEP have had successful cooperation in the area of gender equality, and we are looking forward to supporting Montenegro